Hello and welcome back to Concert Critiques in Cars with Emily. So this show I'm really excited about. I was really looking forward to it. Right when I heard that this person was coming, I was like, yep, absolutely, I will be there. So let's get into it. So this show was Boy with Uke and Arden Jones was the opener. Started at a good hour and ended at a good hour. So if you saw my previous video, you'll get why that comment was made. Yeah, so the security line was really long, and fortunately, like pretty much right before I went into the building, they kind of separated off the part of the people waiting in line into like the VIP section, and so I actually ended up going in that way, but I missed like the first, I don't know, 10 seconds of the set. But it was a sold out show, so I mean, I guess it makes sense, but 40 minutes was like, I mean, I got there at like 7:40, so, and the show started at 8. So obviously 40 minutes wasn't enough to get everyone through, but yeah, so I was glad that I was like, literally the guy was like looking through my bag as he started playing, so I was lucky. Anyway, so I really liked the vibe of Arden Jones's first song, lyrically and instrumentally. The second song, there was definitely more percussion heavy. I really liked the chorus and the second verse of that song. Really interactive with the crowd. He was like waving and like doing like half hand hearts to people who were interacting with him. So I really liked that. I thought that was like just genuinely, he also was like 25, like not even 25, he said later on in the show. So like, I don't know, it was just very genuine seeming, really like a cool thing to do. So then in the third song, he took out his uke out. And I really liked the first verse. It had a really good build up into the chorus. Definitely had more of like a slower vibe to start off with. And it was like a pretty short song, but I liked it. I thought it was good. Would have liked to hear it continue. Then he played a song, Parallel Parking. Very similar vibes to the previous song, but nothing that really like stuck out particularly. After that, he took a paper crane as a gift from someone in the crowd, and he was like making it fly with his wings. So that was pretty cool, and he was like, oh wow, this is so cool. So I liked that. Again, just like really good crowd interaction. I thought that was really nice. And then after that, the next song was Only Uke to Start. Really liked the lyrics in the first verse. Loved the part about his head, that lyric. I really liked that. Lots of ooze towards the end, which I really liked as well. So that was a good one. Then after that, he played Serotonin Highs. And it definitely had recorded instrumentals. I should make that clear. When it wasn't uke, it was mostly recorded instrumentals for both Boy with Uke and Arden Jones. Which again doesn't surprise me. That definitely happens now more often. But it was less instrumentally heavy to start. And then the instruments came in for the first verse. I really liked the chorus and the quick start feel at the beginning of the second verse in particular. It was definitely that second verse part that I'm talking about was a little bit different than the rest of the verses. So it was, or the rest of the part of that second verse. So it was cool. I liked that. Then he talked about like the one side of the venue, and he was like, oh man, like this side was crazy. And he was like, oh, but I also love you too, to the other side. So I thought that was, again, just like really cute. He's definitely trying to like crowd please, and I love that. It was great, and he wasn't trying to do it in like a cheesy way. I think he genuinely was just like excited to be there, and you know, people were cheering for him, and he was just like genuinely grateful. So I do think he was genuine. Maybe I could be wrong, but he seemed really genuine, and I liked that. So then the next song was a uke only start, slower for the first verse. I really liked the lyrics for that one. I liked the line about being an angel but putting yourself through hell. I thought that was cool. After that, it was like a faster paced start. I liked the lyrics. Again, really good lyricist. This one was called Ringer. And he talked about afterwards how he wrote it sitting in his living room, like thinking about his life so far. That's when he told us, he was like, I'm not even 25. But you know, just talking about how things change and stuff. So that was kind of fun. Then the next song was called Parachute, and it was amazing. Definitely looking it up, putting it on all of my fave playlists. Really liked the song. Instrumentals were fantastic. Really like good quick short feel of the lyrics. Really cool song. Really liked it. Definitely recommend, and can't wait to put it on the playlist so I can listen to it. Then after that, it was funny. It's like he almost missed. He was talking to the crowd and like just almost missed the beginning of the song. Again, because it was that recorded thing, so he would have like really been pretty messed up. But it was a similar feel to the previous song. Really great follow up. I really surprisingly liked Parachute, so obviously that would have been a great way to end for me personally, but it was a really good follow-up. Definitely gonna check him out. Was really good, really enjoyed it, and again, he just seemed genuinely to be like excited about the crowd and their interactions. Then BoyWithUke came out. So lyrics started playing. Guys, I am so sorry, but I don't know. I don't think it was him. I'm gonna go with it was a collab, and that was like the other person's part that they were singing. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. So I apologize, and if you know, please feel free to comment and be like, you silly person, that's what it was. So yeah. Anyway, then so lights were flashing, and then there was like super loud bass sound with more flashing lights, and then he just like jumped onto the stage, which was pretty cool. And so the background, the screen was like really intense too, so it was like he jumped on stage to this like intense background, which was pretty awesome. And then like immediately recognized the song, really thought it was a good start. And again, it's funny, I recognize the song, but I don't know, that part that he, like the intro part, I didn't recognize, so I don't really know. But I definitely recognize the song. It was a good start. I like the song. Then after that, the recording, I really liked the lyrics, and in the verses, particularly for the next song. Sorry. The second song was like a slower start, and I don't know, it kind of threw me off. I don't know that I would have picked that song, especially because the opening with that like recording, and then he came and I want to say like finished that song, so like technically that was the first song. And then the second song was like the slower vibe. I don't know, it was kind of like an interesting start. I don't know that I would have picked that second song if it was me. But then at the same time, I was glad that it was like out of the way because I didn't really know it that well, and I was like, all right, that's fine, you can go now. So yeah, so it was like it was a double, I don't know, it was just an interesting second song. So then after that song, he explained that the mic, like what you think of when you think of a mic in a concert, was not actually a live mic, and that his mic was in his mask. So if you don't know BoyWithUke, he wears a mask that covers his face. And so, yeah, so he was telling us that the mic was in the mask. So I thought it was really interesting. Oh wait, and then he did the Olé football chant. But so I thought it was really interesting that even though he told us that the mic was not live, he still continued to like sing with it. And so I wonder if like crowds thought it was too weird to not see a mic. I also do wonder if it also has to do with the fact that some of the singing was recorded. So, you know, that means like, and then so he used the mic to show that this was when he was singing and it wasn't a recording, because then it would maybe be confusing. Like, wait, was that actually him singing or was that the recording? I mean, I felt it was very clear. You could definitely hear when like it was his genuine voice versus the recordings. But yeah, so anyway, it was just interesting. Again, I've never seen a band that uses mics not either, like, I don't know, it was just interesting. It was definitely interesting. Okay, so then he played Two Moons, which was way too early for me personally. I would have liked to have seen that later on, but it was amazing. So excited. Definitely was one of the songs I went to go see. And then he, especially in the third chorus, he was changing parts of the song, which was awesome. And then he let the crowd sing the last chorus, so that was really cool. Really loved that song. So fun to see live. Just so great. Yeah. So it was also really cool, like the mask on, the lights would go down at the end of the song, and it was cool to just see like the big eyes. So that was cool. I liked that effect, and I'm sure it was intentional. I'm sure they've seen it and rehearsed it 100 times. But yeah, so that was cool. Okay, so the next song was a fantastic follow-up. I don't know the name, but I definitely recognized it right away. Really loved the first verse. It was so good, and again, just back to back was great. A little too early, but still fantastic. Then after that, he told a story about filling a drum fill, and he was like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, fine. If you do, great. I had no idea what he was talking about. But I want to say it was probably not. Really liked the chorus and the third chorus. Third verse, maybe. And then I definitely recognized the song. And then, so then he stopped and then he came back in. So that was, again, just like a fun difference. Always like those things. So then after that, he was like, the next song is called, I'm not even going to tell you. Or I'm not even going to say it, is what he said. Which was unfortunate because I knew the song immediately, but did not know the name of it. But yeah, it was cool because like the crowd was kind of like harmonizing with the word breath. So that was kind of neat because obviously it's like must be sang in the background and then in the foreground as well. And so he took the like background maybe and we took the foreground. So I don't know, it was a pretty cool effect. Fun to see live. He changed up right before the second chorus and like it became like almost more like a talking than a singing. So I really liked that too. Again, just like loved the super obvious change. That was cool. And then after that I played Bad Things. Definitely had a darker vibe. Really, really loved it. Like I didn't recognize the song, but I'm definitely going to go back and listen to it because I really liked it. There was like a weird feedback sound during the chorus. Really liked the second verse. Then he took his mask off and smashed his uke while during like the instrumental part of the bridge, I guess. And then went to sing with that other like mic that wasn't live before. So maybe that was why the feedback rate, because he was singing in his mask and that mic was live so that he could finish the song with it. Really cool to see live. Really liked it. Like just definitely made you feel the emotion when he started smashing his uke. So that was pretty cool. Then he took his shirt off. Whew, boy, that was wonderful. After that, he said everyone is attractive, and he went and fixed it and said, wait, anyone over 18, I mean. So then he played Fishing with Friends, where he literally has a fishing rod and cast it into the crowd, and whoever caught the reel got to come up and sing on stage with him. So the kid who came up was Matthew, definitely a younger kid, and so he was just like, good luck, and walked off the stage. So that was pretty funny. Poor kid was probably like really freaking out. But then they started playing We Will Rock You, so that was like a pretty safe bet. And then of course the crowd helped and sang, so that was fine. But then at some point the crowd stopped helping, and it was, yeah. But it was funny, and it would have been interesting to see if it was maybe an older person who actually knew the lyrics. But yeah, so that was funny. So then he talked about his face reveal and how the company didn't want him to do it. And then I recognized the song. It was really cool to see live. Loved the quick, short feel of the third verse. Also liked the lyrics right before the last chorus. Really liked that lyric. And then after that, he accepted a gift, which was a paper mache uke. So that was cute. And then he said he played his favorite song off Lucid Dreams and made a joke that it was his favorite, which means we didn't stream it at all. He was like, well, that means the stream count was low. So he talked about all the things he misses when he's on tour. Definitely a slower song, but did pick up an electric guitar for the bridge. So after that, he brought a mannequin out on stage, which was named Toby, T-O-B-I, and he drew like big circle eyes on it and some nipples. And then it was slow but instrumentally heavy intro, so that was played. So that's when he was doing it, during that intro. Very short, quick lyrics in the verse, which I loved, and I loved the lyrics too. So like you got this slow, and again, maybe it was an extended intro because of the mannequin part, but yeah, I really loved like you get this slow start and then all of a sudden you get these like quick short feels with really good lyrics. So then he put a mask on with digital eyes that looked like in all of the directions, and then he destroyed it with a sledgehammer during the bridge, which was really cool. The visuals and like the background and the way that the lights, so sometimes it like showed you like just the silhouette, and then sometimes it showed you him, just like the way that the lighting was. So again, I know that was definitely intentional. It was really cool. You guys did a good job. That was a really cool part. I was standing a little to the side, so I would have loved to see that image like face on, so that I'm sure it's really cool when you're actually like staring at it from the center of the stage. So yeah. So then he went on to play unreleased music. So the first song he played was Can You Feel It? It had a short, quick feel. Really liked the lyrics. Really loved the second half of the chorus. Really good. And then he had like us put our hands together and up and stuff. But I really liked particularly the second half of the chorus was really good. So then after that, he played Ghost, which was also an unreleased song. Slower song. I liked the lyrics in the second verse. It did get faster and quicker during the second half of the second verse, and I liked it much better once it did. Again, it's like I understand there's going to be a slow song, slower unreleased. I don't know if I would have, well, whatever. It was fine. It just maybe wouldn't have been my pick. Always hard to do slower unreleased songs unless you are just like a straight up slower band. Anyway. So then another unreleased song, and he said it was his second time performing. So this he took an acoustic guitar out for, and he asked for a guitar pick, because he was like, oh no, I don't have a guitar pick, and someone in the crowd had one, so he was able to use their guitar pick, and it was called Backseats. Quick short start, which was really interesting considering it was with an acoustic guitar. I don't know that I've like really heard a lot of that, so that was really cool. He definitely had a voice filter during the chorus, which actually kind of made it hard to hear a little bit. And then they had like a huge transition. It was like a huge drop. The verse was very different, and then all of a sudden it went to this like really intense chorus, and then it dropped again to go back to the verse. So yeah. So that was good. I liked that one. I did like Backseats. So then after that, he lifted up, so then he lifted up his uke, like to get cheers, and then put it back down, and then would lift it up again. So that was fun, and then he finally put it back on. And then he was like, this is my favorite song ever, and it was called Buy My Merch. And so he sang a song about what they had at the merch table, and it was very short, and it was literally just like, we have cool t-shirts, hoodies, and all this other stuff. So that was funny. And then he went off stage, and like that was it. So then he obviously came back for the encore, but when he came back and apologized. He was like, oh, sorry, I forgot my mic. So that was pretty funny. So when he did come back, he played Before I Die, which he was seated on a stool for. Really liked the lyrics, and it was cool because the crowd sang like the background parts of the chorus. And it was just the uke with no other instruments, so it was a slower start, which usually I would say is not my favorite when you come back from, or for an encore, I should say. But this worked. It really, really worked. He did a really nice job. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. So again, not maybe the easiest thing to come back to, but he pulled it off. So again, normally I wouldn't say I liked that, but I actually really liked it. He did a really nice job. That was a good choice for him. So then he told us that his name was Charlie, and he talked about how growing up, like when it was really hard, he shushed the crowd at one point, which I don't know, not a huge fan of that, although I do understand, right? You're like trying to get this out so that you can be on time and all that. There's a lot that goes into it. But anyway, he talked also about how he wasn't in a good place mentally, and that the label wanted to make this a pop song, so he did make it a pop song, and he was going to sing it the way it was intended to be. So originally it was supposed to be more acoustic, but because of the label, he made it more poppy. So the song was Trauma, and it was really, really pretty instrumental opening, so I'm glad he played it like acoustic at first, because I guess it was a pop song, they still had that quick short feel, so I really liked it. I liked that quick short feel, so the fact that it was like slower but still quick and short, it was kind of cool. Really liked the second verse. He let the crowd sing one of the later choruses, and then he kind of came back to finish that up, and then all of a sudden like the full instruments and the screen went back on to finish up the show, so that was pretty cool. I liked that. Yeah, all right, so that was it. really, really loved the whole show overall. I thought that Arden Jones did a fantastic job. He was very similar, like sound-wise, to BoyWithUke, so that really worked in his favor. Again, he was just like genuine the whole time. He seemed like really excited to be there and just like grateful for the crowd's interactions. Really liked Parachutes, really excited to like listen to that song, so that was, and he like played it right at the end, so that was really good. And then BoyWithUke was awesome, very visually interesting. Again, it's interesting, the whole mask thing, like on versus off, like, I don't know, it was just interesting. I wasn't expecting him to take the mask off. I didn't realize he had this big reveal moment. So yeah, it was interesting. And it was cool that he like took it off, and so yeah, I mean, I don't know why this is like not at all related, but but yeah, it was a really cool show. He played Two Moons way too early for me, just so early. But yeah, it was really good. He played a lot of the songs that I wanted to see, so that was really fun. And then he just had that one song that was kind of a lull for me, Ghosts, which was the newer one, the unreleased one. Yeah. Oh, and then the second song, yeah, that intro was a little bit wonky for me personally. But yeah, it was a great show. I'm gonna give this I'm gonna go 9.5. Again, there were a few things that were like, but not, I mean, the opener was fantastic, like so good compared to some other ones. And the fact that, I mean, BoyWithUke did amazing, really interesting show, kept you engaged. I mean, the mannequin thing was so cool, and then I really liked like some of the songs that I never heard before, so that was really cool. Yeah, so did you like it? Or were you there? Did you get to go? Are you going to a different show? Did you want to go? What did you think? Like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys